David lean off in the editing room. Okay, it's like this. Yeah, I'm that kind of guy, you know. So, and we talk, he parked there and I'd make him tell me stories about it, and David lean as he's working on the film and the times that he had with him. But anyway, he drove me to Pinewood Studios and we went through that gate to Pinewood Studios, and there we were at lunch, and there's the production designer, the cinematographer, and Ridley Scott, and it's lunchtime, and you know, there's the pub. There's a pub at the studio, okay? Yeah, really. And these guys, like, and there we were, and they took me, we had lunch, and they took me to the Bond stage. And here I am, like the Bond stage, and there's this gorgeous forest that's being built. And Ridley's talking about what he's going to do. So I'm at the Bond stage. Now, the places I grew up in, I'm in America, small towns and different places, and now here I am, you know, still in, you know, the dream. And then, anyway, I worked with Ridley. I learned a tremendous amount, you know, being on set with him and seeing a whole different kind of filmmaking process. And then he said, you know, you should go meet me brother.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, go meet me brother. I was like, okay. And they wanted me to make Top Gun for about a year, and I was, you know, and then Tony came on, and I went and I met, you know, with Jerry Bruckheimer and Don Simpson, two brilliant producers, and Tony Scott, and I went and I met them, and there's, you know, they took me through it at that time, and yeah, I remember going in, and they really wanted me to do it, and I really wanted to work with them and have that opportunity, kind of the next step, what I felt for my education, having gone through, you know, everything that I'd done. And so I got in the car, and I was, my agent at the time was like taking me to the airport. I said, look, I'm going to make this movie, okay? I said, but don't tell them that. I said, and I negotiated a deal where they had to allow me into every production meeting, every aspect, like behind the scenes, and see how Don and Jerry produce movies, every aspect of it. And also, you know, this is when I started getting like more creative controls and stuff like that. So, and that's what happened basically. And then it was just an amazing experience and another level, learning from them and having lifelong friends with them. And it was an extraordinary experience. To be able to see Tony Scott, what he accomplished with those jets was extraordinary. And also in Days of Thunder, I worked with him. He changed aerial photography. He changed motorsports. The way that you see these sports being filmed today is because of Tony Scott. And I want everyone to know that, what an artist he is. And, you know, I love him. And I love Ridley, and I'm very grateful to them and the time that we spent together, and amazing artists. And it was an exceptional experience making that movie. You know, the actors that we got to work with, and Val coming